It happened, folks. I was talking with my mom today, and she saw my review of Requiem for a Dream, and she concluded that she just has to watch the movie now because she saw my review. I broke my mom's soul for your entertainment. But we have a new episode. Why'd that sound like Christopher Walken? But we have a new episode of WandaVision. And this episode gave me at the end what I was really wanting in the last viewing experience of WandaVision. I'll get to it. Well, first of all, spoilers for this episode of WandaVision. Not going to be a play-by-play, not going to be a total walkthrough, but spoilerish nonetheless. But this episode of WandaVision, with that glimpse we got at the end, we have the sitcom gimmick of WandaVision and then the what's really going on in WandaVision, which has always been there. I'm just saying, I'm glad we have a glimpse of it now. So the sitcom gimmick of WandaVision, Wanda's very pregnant, doesn't want her neighbors, doesn't want people to find out because that'd be really perplexing someone who wasn't pregnant yesterday to be giving birth today. And she gives birth, and while she's going into labor, she's breaking the pipes in her house, and everyone's pipes in their houses are breaking. And that's it, she gives birth to twins, but that's not really what's going on in WandaVision. Because, I read comments, people are like, you missed the clues, and I noticed some of the clues. Just because I don't mention something doesn't mean I missed it. Just means I talk really fast and I don't script my stuff out. So here I am. Every episode, someone's like, I can't believe you missed this. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes I did say it. I just forgot to talk about it. But I saw the Hydra logo on the watch. Totally did miss the sword logo, though. Whatever. It's like the show knew, though, because the friend was like, oh, your brother got killed by Ultron, and Wanda's like, wait, what did you say? And what's that around your neck? People who missed it in the last episode, Jeremy, we're talking to you. Obviously, that's a sword logo. And then it appears that lady gets ejected, from this realm. Well, from that realm. From that realm of reality? From that reality? From that construct of reality? From that question mark reality. Which does seem to be some mental Truman Show bubble. It shows that apparently there's this area in space-time where this is happening. So it's neat to have something tangible like that. I like it when a show gives me that clue that's like, hey, you have the shtick, you have the gimmick, by the way, here's a clue. It's not an answer, but it's a clue to let you know where it's going. Pilot episode of Heroes Season 1, Isaac Mendez drew on the ground that nuclear explosion in New York, and you're like, oh, that's a thing. We gotta stop that. I like it when a show gives me that clue to keep me hooked. The first 2 episodes of WandaVision felt like the first episodes of Heroes Season 2. I was like, why am I here? I'm pulling Heroes references. Have you guys seen that show? I forget how old it actually is. Season 1's so good, though. But it does show me that Disney apparently knew that would happen. That's why critics got the first 3 episodes, and we common folk, we laymen, we got the first 2. Because someone at Disney, some bean counter was like, oh, well, if we give them the first 3 episodes and they see that hook at the end kind of insinuating and giving them clues as to where it's going, there's a 40% probability that 20% of the people will enjoy their first viewing 30% more. And they were like, all right, let's make that call. Let's give the critics the first 3 episodes. But I'm glad we have that glimpse now. I'm glad the show isn't resting on the whole mid-century sitcom thing, which I still don't know why that is. Why that? Of all the constructs of reality, why mid-century sitcom? Is it some remnants of Hydra, because we saw the Hydra watch? Those sword folks, apparently they're trying to get in there and figure out what's happening as well. So I don't think they're behind it. Honestly, it's probably her who's behind it because, she can manipulate realities in the comic books. It's one of her powers. I said in my last video, nothing in the movies showed that she could do that. And people brought up when she, gave Tony Stark those visions and that was manipulating realities. I see it as different though, because that's giving Tony Stark, it's manipulating his perception of reality. So basically she gave him a bad salvia trip, which can be an interpretation of manipulating reality, but it's not like this. This is literally manipulating an area of space. An area of reality. Speaking of salvia, I was just laughing before the show came on because I realized that WandaVision is an episode of Tales from the Trip. Right? You could see that. Wanda Maximoff on this episode of Tales from the Trip. She's all like, so this was the craziest thing that happened to me. So I took some DMT and then I was in this mid-century sitcom where everything was black and white. Reality itself was in the 4:3 aspect ratio, which is very hard to explain, but it made sense when you were there. There was a laugh track to everything we did and said. And then while I was dancing with my dead boyfriend, I was instantly pregnant and everything became color and now we were in the 70s. Then I realized they're coming for me and I didn't actually take DMT. It was, in fact, salvia. Tales from the trip. That's right, YouTube censors. I say this for educational purposes as a PSA. Don't do salvia, kids. That shit will scare you. So the questions are, who's doing this? Probably Wanda, because, why wouldn't it be? I think they're trying to throw people off with the recordings of like, Wanda, who's doing this to you? It's like, well, she is, because apparently when things don't go how she might want, she can rewind things like she's in the game Braid. Also, to answer that who's doing this to you question, yeah, the answer is probably like, she's like, I am, because I saw my boyfriend's brain get ripped out right in front of me. I just kind of want to hang out with him more. It's as simple as that. In which case, are the people in here, are they people or are they constructs? Like Vision's apparently a construct because he doesn't actually, other than the fact that he's dead. So we know Vision's a construct, but it is a noticeable thing how Vision acts differently than how Vision acted in the Avengers movies. The contrast between Avengers Vision and bumbling sitcom husband Vision is not really the same person. And the neighbor, he's like trimming the verge and he was cutting into the brick like he was glitching out or something, like he didn't even know it. Like he was an NPC in Cyberpunk 2077, just like, this is normal. So, we saw that lady get thrown out of this reality, ejected from this world, out of the sitcom fake reality into our world. And, she plopped and landed there because they were like, hey, she's not even from this place. She's from the outside world and she molded her way in. But the questions I have is, if you take one of the neighbors and throw them out, will they just disappear? Are they from the outside world? Prisoners trapped in this sitcom reality, but they don't want to be? Or are they constructs created for this reality, in which case, if you throw them out, will they live? Can they live outside that reality, or will they just disappear? Also, will her babies disappear outside that reality? These are questions. But they're questions I'm glad I have, because I didn't have any questions before. I was like, all right, sitcom shtick, sitcom gimmick, there you go. So I enjoyed this episode largely because, that end glimpse, it makes things come together. We've gotten to the compelling clues that give us glimpses as to what's actually happening in this false sitcom reality, and Wanda's probably going to have to come to grips with the fact that she's going to lose her boyfriend again. Optimism. All right, so WandaVision episode 3. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.